So we have Campanella versus Jagger. This is TSdL Season 6, round of 64.
All right, so on Campanella's side, we got a fairly balanced box here. I want to say you got free tanks, you got uh, two healers for support. No, free healers. Sorry, free healers for the support there. Fairly well rounded overall, I have to admit, for all the most meta units. And on Jaeger's side, you got a mix of mostly strong single target units here.
Yeah, the Rio's really interesting. Oh, Campa is running 3 tank. He's definitely trying to play tank push here. Pretty much an entirely single target focused box. We see no AoE more or less, even the Zerida. As far as Jaeger goes, also pretty much entirely a single target box. We don't see Kruger. Lucretia can kind of pivot, but if pivot between AoE and single target, but if there's not a lot of AoE in the box, usually she's just going to be ran single target.
I imagine so with the amount of other single target units you have on the board here. Like it seems clear. It seems clear Jaeger. Once it is the type of player who obviously was going to strike hard on the second turn here, just to one-shot most of the units for Campanella.
Yeah, probably we're gonna see Jaeger first ban Hilda. Usually that's what single target boxes do. We'll probably see Campanella do the same thing. Campanella is going to pick Landius, and Jaeger's probably he doesn't have to pick Landius, but Landius would be okay.
Yep. So Hilda's first ban.
Interesting, but yeah, he's okay with letting through Hilda. That's fine. I wouldn't be surprised to see Jaeger pick Hilda here.
Yep. There you go. So already Jaeger's giving him the safety already. Campanella removing any severe tank threats for Landius.
Jaeger banning out the assassins, just doesn't want to deal with them. But Campanella has so many assassins, he still gets one. Probably going to see Juggler from Campanella here. This is a really strong single target follow-up from Jaeger, but I don't know, if this is Blood Pact Landius, then
Which I imagine so. That's possible. It's going to make a headache for Jaeger just to break through that Landius. Marital can like assassinate one character, but
yeah.
The thing with Marital is she shows up, does like wham bam thank you ma'am, and kill one character, but then she just kind of sits there.
Well, between Mariel and Iris and Hilda, there's not a good way for Dog to stick on top of this Hilda for B-Shock, which means our T-Jest isn't going to be that effective. Sherry, she does not have a great assassination target here. Iris can run Bolt Rangers. She's not really going to be able to get through that. She could maybe stun Hilda. Iris could even tech Mass Resist, though, to prevent that. Mariel will be plenty of heals along with Iris. Jaeger can't get through Landius, but Campanella can't really get through Hilda either. So we'll see. Faction buff. Pretty much just for T-Jest.
Yep, no, it's a fair pick because T-Jest is one of your main carries, so it makes complete sense just to faction buff her and able to give her more versatility to her attack.
Yeah, freeze her up because Sherry needs that attack buff, so she wants to use Strengthen on her. Yeah, Griffin Sherry is interesting. I mean, yeah, there are no mages. Maybe it's more consideration versus Mariel. Otherwise, everything is totally standard. Heavy infantry on Mariel instead of Highlands is maybe not as standard, but it's fine. It doesn't make that much of a difference.
And Griffin Knights are great if you're at full HP, but the thing is, like, the moment they get hurt is that kind of that's it. So you're kind of hoping you gotta like keep the cherry back as long as you can. I guess you got the Iris teleport, so at least gives you, and the TJS teleport. So hopefully the Griffin Knights are able to deliver enough damage.
Oh, there is one important thing. We gotta go all the way back. Okay, so Campanella has his Landius in this spot. That means that Landius has tank priority. Juggler being in this spot means that he does not have tank priority. So generally you'd want your Landius to have tank priority because you don't want Juggler taking these repeated single target hits or even taking this Elwyn. And it's also a Blood Pack Landius. Looks like a Blood Pack Landius.
You just assume because that's what most jugglers are.
Okay, yeah, the skill was green, so it's Overlord's badge.
Overlord's badge. Oh, that's interesting. Don't see that too often.
No, Overlord badge Landius is good. I've ran it all this time. But 18,000 HP with Overlord's badge is pretty insane.
You got some good chance right there. That's for sure. All right, so they're slowly moving space by space forward, waiting for like one player to move first, and it's going to be Campanella who makes the first, draws the first splash damage, blood.
This is such an interesting move.
It's like Campanella's like, I got you.
Man, wouldn't have been. I mean, the thing is, I'm thinking like, what happens if Juggler 3Cs right here, and then TJS goes for that teleport? But even if that happens, then Iris just Jardins Hilda right here. So yeah. Sherry won't get act again here, but there is the stun. Wait, how did she involve? Oh, it's Sage Hat Iris.
Oh my goodness.
So, Jagger won the 50-50. It didn't go on to Mariel. It went on to Hilda instead, and Campanella did not notice.
Oh my goodness, that's a big brain play right there from Jagger. I got this.
And she did get the act again, and yeah, now Campa recognizes that it's basically his only play.
Well, the Griffins did do decent damage to the Hilda, so I'll give them credit for that.
Oh, Jaeger says she might have already had the hat? Well, I might as well check. Yes, because Hilda hasn't moved yet, so... Okay, yeah, no. Well done. Not any RNG there whatsoever. Okay, yeah.
Solid damage there from the Juggler, and now it's like locks down free of Jaeger units there.
And Hilda is just... She's safe. There's no guard disable right now. And every unit is in range of Hilda, so TJS only has the choice of doing this.
Oh, and the foreign proc. That's always annoying every time that happens.
Yeah, because Juggler really wanted that gift.
Yeah.
I feel like Elwyn could have chose to just... Steel Wings. Maybe Mariel could have tried to kill Dog there, instead of Iris 3C.
Only what Meridog probably could have done because she's buffed up and she has the swords right next to her, so
Yeah.
definitely would have been enough damage with a last rise broken on the Juggler.
Yeah, even Elwyn killing, or even Elwyn attacking Juggler almost killed him right there. So it might have killed. But I guess Owen was a bit injured.
Well, finally got the dog there. And goes for the cherry. Interesting.
So now it's a 4v4. Oh, but Campanella lost turn priority. Yeah, Sherry's just gonna kill that or die. But there is no tank from Jagger. So, yeah, Campa picks up the counter kill. And it's a question of, can Jaeger's units get through this Landius? Which I really don't think they can. And Campanella is also occupying the center of the map.
No, now it's like Jaeger's on the back pill here. Like, yeah, he does have... Merida already cast her big spells already just to get rid of the juggler. Same with the Elwyn there. Like Jagger has no way to respond to this now.
That's a lot of damage, but yeah, it was an Overlord's badge. So now things are actually looking like he can get through this Landius.
But you still got the TJS there, like easy, like, oh, he's tried. Okay, you tried to heal.
And Mariel takes Landius life here. Does TJS have a skill? She does not. Her act again's down. She'll have a skill next turn. And by next turn, Landius is dead. Yeah, I think Jaeger wins this. If Campanella had a Blood Pack Landius, then he would certainly win this matchup. But he did not.
Interesting that he cast Strengthen on the TJs. Does not try to kill the Merido there, just to get rid of it.
He had no attack skill, and Mariel's on a fort. I do agree, maybe like Puncher, but he's setting up for next turn. Elwyn doesn't have unicorns, so he can't reach TJS there. But the problem is Elwyn has 2 lives, 50,000 damage, and Wind Wall. But yeah,
well, it was a very close match. Like Campanella played some nice moves in the beginning with the teleport the juggler right into the middle of Jagger's comp, and he was able to tank quite a bit of damage. It's just unfortunate that the TJS wasn't able to clean up in time just to kill most of the Jaeger units.
Yeah, there were just a lot of that. There were just, I don't know. I felt like Jagger had the better comp, but even supposing that there were just some, if there were some gear differences, then Campanella still would have won that game. It was just once Ellen put the heal block on Landius. If you're not running Blood Pact Landius and you're running Overlord's badge, you're kind of hoping that your opponent isn't going to pick Elwyn, because if you're going to play tank push and your entire plan is to stall, Jesus.
What he could have done to save it, to reverse that decision, was could have cast shield on Lanius last game, and that would have at least give some protection against the healing block.
Yeah. Jaeger told me I can skip game 1, which is why I was just talking, having not paused it at all. But it looks like this is a played game.
Yeah, it kind of looks like that. It looks like I was gonna say, let somebody just Campanella just rage quit here.
Oh no! Okay, no. He's just killing himself in fog. You could just retreat. Okay. As far as I can, fog death is more fun. Okay.
Of course, it's more fun. You get to see your units blow up into a puff of smoke.
Yeah. Okay. Same boxes.
Jaeger again doesn't want to deal with the Hilda block doing the single target, and Campanella picks the Lanius again.
Yeah, Bam picks pretty much going the exact same way so far. literally the exact same way. Campanella wants that salty run back.
Oh, imagine like sneaking and going for the Rosalia this time against the debuff protection, but what you're protecting from right now, the Rosalia seems a bit of an early pick.
Yeah. There's basically no debuffs, but what did happen here?
Like,
Yeah, like Florentia Iris are not banned.
yeah, it's kind of it's like Rosalia does provide some AoE healing, so it could protect against the Helena.
Oh, I understand exactly what Camp is going for here. He's gonna leave up Elwyn, and that way his Landius is totally protected from the heal block despite being Overlord's badge. It's a good strat. Yeah, Spike mentioned it too. Yeah, we're gonna probably see Juggler last pick from Campa again. So, Jaeger's ended up into 2 healer comp. He has an Elwyn that can't really bust the Landius. So a lot of the work here is going to be on Mariel's back to make something happen. On the other hand, Campanella has Sherry. She doesn't have an attack buff, but she does have Rosa's Sword, which is 10%. It's half of an attack buff. I would say Campanella's composition looks stronger here because it's just the thing is, Mariel Guard Ignore, she can't really kill anything. Maybe Rosin? But Rosin... Yeah, Rosin's pretty much Mariel's only target.
But still, like the biggest concern with like Merido is that like it's still is a maybe, and that's a big maybe if like throwing your unit in there just to and if it doesn't work out, that you're basically she's dead, and will make her picking like useless.
Yeah. So, yeah, let's see. I already know what skill Campa is going to bring on Rosalia.
Nothing.
Yeah, he brings Silver Spear, the 2-range skill.
I've been seeing that a lot lately. People are giving up on the free C for Rosalia now. They'd rather go for the range instead.
It helps. It's also really good against werewolves because it's a skill that's effective against Holy. Not that that's relevant here, but it's just worth mentioning. And with Juggler, just her having just that 1 extra range if some sort of lockdown happens can be really valuable.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely, yeah, no. Well, it just makes the potential charge range that Rosalia gives is 1 space more. So now she has a charge range of what, I think 12 spaces.
Yeah. So I'm not sure why Mariel brought Redeemers here though.
No, because
there's just no way she's gonna be able to kill. Rosin did bring Sorks, which her best troop in this situation is honestly probably Empress cards. That's her best chance of being able to tank a Mariel.
yeah, no, absolutely. But then like maybe it's a Merido with either like a fixed damage protection, since she bought the sorceress just to protect against the Twilight Star that most Meridos usually have.
Yeah, it could be it could be Medring Rosin, and in that case, Sorks might. Well, because it's a Redeemer, I wouldn't be surprised if Sorks tank that, especially if it's fixed prevention. And Juggler can give you fixed prevention too in some scenarios. Otherwise,
yeah, but then you have to use a free C of Juggler just to give that fixed damage protection, which is quite a bit much. You don't want to be doing that for Juggler's free C.
Clearly, you just bring GDB to turtle harder.
All right, so
I was
Jagger.
kind of kidding.
He's totally making the aggressive play here while Campanella is sitting back and like, all right, come at me, bro. Oh, debris on the mirror, though.
Just standard opening tank push stuff. I guess rush games in that regard are kind of more entertaining.
Right, absolutely. Because with at least with tank push, you're just hoping just to get the lucky pick here and there from a misplay or
Well,
most of the time.
well, I mean, like, with tank push opening moves, it's pretty much just people pushing up and, you know, generally surrounding their tank, not really being aggressive or trying to make any plays on the opening turns. But with rush games, it can be really relevant from turn 1. So the 3C on Iris there was, to me, crazy. I don't understand it. Do you have any ideas?
I don't know. There was nothing to heal. Like, I guess he wanted to move the Iris closer, but why? What to protect against what?
Solely positioning purposes here. And guard priority. Juggler has guard priority here. Oh, Yighat? Or, yeah. He solely... No, because Hilda has Gospel. Yeah, I got nothing. I feel like it would be better to save that 3C for later.
Okay, Jagger said it was just a bad move on his play, just trying to get back into position.
Move bad and couldn't go into guard. Sherry breezed. I think... Okay, so... Yeah, no, if you stay like right... Yeah, okay, so Rosalia can't reach. If you stay right here, Sherry could Shadow Raid you from here, but then there's 2 allies within range, so she wouldn't be able to act again. She can't reach otherwise, and I actually don't think a Sherry without a buff will be able to kill your Iris through Bolt Rangers. Even with a buff, I think she might have some trouble doing that, honestly. Because she's mostly like attack base. But yeah.
All right, going for the aggressive play here with the moving the Merido forward. But I'm still wondering, like, can Merido with Redeemers even kill anybody now? Like,
Elwyn's pretty much just going for guard dispel here. But Campanella has turn priority. So... and also, nobody can reach Sherry because of Campanella's positioning. That Joker barely lives. Because that's Forest for Elwyn. Really important for Elwyn to get Forest. But
always wishing.
Act again. So that means Juggler can Dynam Aerial here. But he goes for Rosalia, which would probably... Yeah, I thought so. It was really damn close. Rosalia is pretty bulky, even with just 1 Faith stack.
If that was any other troop but the Redeemers,
Yeah,
it definitely would have killed.
yeah, the Redeemers were really a big problem here. Yeah, no, you guys are right. If it was Highland, she's fucking dead.
Like, Highlanders or even Amazon Warriors would have killed.
Yeah, Redeemers have, like, no attack. They actually heal your opponent. That's how little damage they do.
Try to remove more buffs. Oh, it kills the Landlius at least.
I mean, she takes for a turn here, but now she's stunned.
Well,
Then just kill her anyway.
yeah, that's why you don't see Redeemers on Merido often. They can't kill. I mean, even the revive is not that great.
It's pretty much only good if your Mariel is like your only healer and you're just trying to survive with her. You're just using her purely as a healer. Or maybe they have like a bunch of assassins. That can work too, because she could still get kills on certain squishy units with Redeemers, like maybe T-Jess, maybe Lucretia. Although Lucretia has a fucking revive. So yeah, Jaeger knows he can't really win there.
No, he's trying hard, and can't break Campanella's like turtle comp there.
Oh man.
So... Oh, and Jagger is like, all right, time to change things up and mess with your head.
Completely different strategy, yeah.
Yeah.
Jaeger swapped from a single target focus box to pretty much pure AoE focus.
I give Jagger credit. He knows how to change the game plan on a whim.
And Campanella took out Helena and Elwyn for Bernhardt and Liko. So Campanella is actually leaning away from even single target. He's going more for the stall game. Try to pick up an assassin, although Jaeger has been banning him pretty heavily. And Jaeger's idea is to just go AoE.
Yeah, it makes sense on Campanella's side, considering that the turtle comp game worked out so well for him last game. So why not lean more into it, eh? And Jagger is just like, well, maybe he assumed he was going more turtle comp, so that's why he went more to AoE this time.
Yeah, it's really good here. Yeah, I was gonna say Campanella really wanted Juggler or Rosin. I feel like that would have been really good against this. Probably leaning more towards Rosin. I gotta talk about it a little bit. So Kiera got first banned, and you always see the first ban before you get your first pick. When you see such a heavy AoE box like this, the things they don't want to fight the most are Rosin and Juggler. And Campanella would still have 3 tanks. So he could pick Rosin first here and still get a tank no matter what. Supposing that that's what he wanted to do. Which with this kind of box you do absolutely want a tank. So yeah, I think that Campanella probably should have went for the Rosin first pick here. It would have shut down so much of Jaeger's options. Especially if you just like ban out that Ahri.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like
Ahri's the biggest threat because of the buff removal. Shelf to some extent as well.
I would say R more so just because she gets in quicker than a shelf can.
Yeah.
And now you just see Campanella, Jagger just like laying down the AoEs, like going with the strategy he had in the beginning. And Campanella is going with a very similar comp from last game where you have the Hilda and Cherry again, just to provide for assassination.
Okay. So Bolzel's a really good win condition on Jaeger's side. Once Bolzel gets in, it's going to be really hard for Campanella to deal with anything. It's not easy for Campanella to get through Hilda. TSdL first. Sherry's... Yeah. Sherry, like, she can't really kill Bolzel with Shadow Raid. It's maybe with Goblins, but there's not a damage increase for her. She can probably kill this Liko, but there's also Ares on Jaeger's side to pull Campanella's team in and enable the Bolzel AoE, and it's just going to take Campanella's composition so long to get through Hilda. So I think I really favor Jaeger's comp here.
Yeah, it's like once Jagger moves in, which I assume he would, like if he holds the Ares back, then Bozo would be the perfect first strike target, lay down the AoE debuffs, and then just follow with everything else, really. And especially with the act again from the Liana.
Yeah, even Gospel on Liana will prevent Sherry from stunning Hilda and then going in on any of these people. And yeah, like you mentioned, Ares doesn't have to be the initiator either. You can just wait until the team is in range and Bozel leads with the AoE, and then Ares can pick up kills. There's Holy Sherry, Holy Rosalia. Ares could potentially do a lot more work here. And people are talking about Florentia can bring mass attack. She could, but the thing is, Florentia really needs to heal in this composition against all this AoE damage, and TSdL having strengthen is probably enough for Sherry. So yeah. Standard skill sets, pretty much exactly what you'd expect. Prayer is a little interesting here. I don't think that Liana necessarily needs to bring it. You're not fighting AoE whatsoever, but I will definitely commend the Highland Warrior tech choice, because it's really good against Sherry. There's no way Sherry is going to ever kill Liana with Highland Warriors with Shadow Raid, even with Goblins. Although, Jagger did bring the correct Goblin, or sorry, Campa brought the right Assassination Sherry build. He's not aiming for 3C whatsoever, he just wants Sherry to Shadow Raid, brought Legion to boost that as much as possible. Try to get kills.
Yeah, well, there's still, at least for Campanella, at least he has his pick of targets of who he can try to kill, but just a matter of like, if Cherry can just get that lucky crit and able to do it.
Hilda, that's going to be tough. Liko brought Tidal Elves, which is also interesting. I'm not so sure about that on this map. You'd probably rather have like Crystal Warlocks, because it's hard to get into the center. And Sherry will also have the mobility advantage here. If Sherry wants to kill Liko, she can, and probably your best chance of preventing that is... Okay, it's not Bracer, Liko. I guess that's what he's thinking there. Crystal Warlocks could be good, but yeah, no Bracer.
It's
Yeah.
interesting he didn't bring like Bracer and Liko, because I feel like nothing's worse than having like a Liko that has like gets silenced, because that basically makes her useless for the entire game.
Yeah, I mean, Silas Liko doesn't heal.
Yeah, it can't do anything, just kind of just enjoys the view of the battle, really.
Tenyo Breeze on Sherry.
And that's Langrisser in a nutshell for you.
I wonder why he teleported her back, though.
Oh,
oh yeah, because he was just going straight for the Liko. Yeah. Oh.
Goes in anyway.
Wow.
Oh, so close.
What happened here? This really didn't kill? Is that like Tenya? Oh. Is that attack dispel? I don't think it was.
No, he still has the attack.
Okay, yeah, it was.
Yeah.
This is battle support. She lost her attack buff, and that is the only reason this Licorice survives. She has the battle support buff from Florentia. Like, as you can see, Campanella brought out all the fucking stops to boost this Sherry as much as possible. Even battle support for 10% more soldier attack. And Liko just procs Tenyos and laughs. No Bracer, doesn't matter.
Oh, RNG Langrisser, gotta love it. You have all the strategy in the world, it still means the game can still mess with your head at the end of the turn.
But at least Sherry's a safe assassin, right? She can try, and if it doesn't work, she can just run away and try again later.
Exactly. She is like one of the best assassins these days, compared to say a Sigma or a Zerda, where if they fail to kill, they're just going like, well, now they're dead.
Yeah. I mean, at least Sigma has 6 range. But he can't guard it. He can't guard ignore it, so it's only good against tankless.
Interesting casting the free C to heal up the units here, just to get an extra buff.
Yeah.
Just to heal the Cherry, really.
Yeah.
Like, I can understand if you did it like to get the to act again, but you didn't. Campanella didn't act again anybody that turn.
Yeah, and Ding is mentioning in the chat that maybe Raza should have put her sword like right here, and then run away. Yeah, he's trying to make sure Ares doesn't wipe him out. This flow, 9,500 HP. It's definitely on the squishier end. She is Bracer, but there's no like Landius around to help with that or anything. So he's just making sure that he wants Sherry to get the heal, because Ares can reach next turn. That way, Sherry definitely won't die, and Florentia won't be scooped up in the AoE either.
But doesn't Florentia have that passive ability that gives her like increased stats, so her troops at full HP should be able to survive like initial blow from Ares?
Single target? I don't think so because Ares usually has Judge Talisman, so he should be able to just chew through these Forest Priests pretty easily. Yeah, this is just to heal Sherry and make sure that Florentia isn't in the AoE combo range.
Oh, and then called in the beginning of the match. Bozo does the first strike.
Yeah. And then
And now you got the follow up from everything else from Jaeger's side.
slight mistake. Ares should have 3C'd from 1 tile back because he only moved 4 tiles. Didn't get the full ride to win bonus. And... more to light. Yeah, this is rough. Lico's just gonna walk in and 3C.
Yep. That's the problem with with Florentia losing her free C so early. Now she has no mass heal to heal up all the units in time.
Steel Wing strong. You know how much MDef those things have?
No, I'm surprised. I usually normally most of the time you see last rights on.
I feel like this flyer tech isn't maxed. I might be wrong. But yeah, Forest is also really relevant. These things have like 700 magic defense or something. It's actually pretty insane. It's more on Reen because he has like 35% MDef bonds. Like Reens have like almost 1,000 MDef, which is crazy. Does get the kill.
Kills the Ares, but at this point he did his job. He's kind of done now.
And it is still 4v4. The heal block on TSdL is pretty sad.
That's unfortunate.
And Lico still has Dark Despair. This might just kill this TSdL. Yeah. It's pretty much just because the heal block was rolled, and that's GG.
That's RNG for you, baby. Oh well, it was a solid match on both players and both ends. I do admit.
Yeah, I liked all those games. All those games are really good, high quality.
Like I admit, like both players, they play well. They put their units in a good position, and they had a clear strategy from the beginning. It was just a matter of like who played it better. And also in this match, it was just Jagger who was able to get his units in most of the time, and Campanella just wasn't able to kill with the cherry on the first move.
Yeah, that'd be a totally different game if that Tenyos didn't happen. And that's always a little sad when just that 30% screws you so bad. But congratulations to Jagger for advancing to round of 32. And, better luck next time to Campa. I'm sorry, friend.
You will be missed. See you again soon.